Hi, collective. Excuse me. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button on your way in or out. I am going to be giving you a general reading. This is all sign friendly, okay? I'm going to start by shuffling the deck 3 times. I'm going to be using 2 decks. I don't know why I'm feeling like some of you are struggling, not only in life right now, but in your relationships. I feel like summertime, excuse me, has made it extremely hard for some of you to maintain an honest relationship, okay, with your significant other. I feel like some of you are in the on and off again stage as of beginning of spring. It may, derive from problems that were bubbling during the winter time, because my theory behind that is when you are locked in the house with someone for an extensive amount of time, certain things may get on your nerves. More disagreements happen because you guys are like trapped in the house because of bad weather. You don't really get to go out, see friends, be social, and some of that animosity can pour over into the fair weather, where some of these things are still unresolved. And then you have people outside looking their best, smelling their best, legs shaved, cologne on, and it's very tempting to just ignore the problems that were left from before on the back burner to enjoy your spring or your summer. This could be on your person's end, or it could be on your end, or a mix of both. I don't know why. I'm just feeling like that could be a reason if any of you are experiencing any difficulties in your relationship right now. All right. Give me the general energy. What does the collective need to know? What is the general overall energy, and what does the collective need to know? You have arrogant. Give me more. That's way too much, Spirit. Give me another. Just one, please, at a time. Thank you. You have shame in the reverse. You have handsome. You have narc, which is short for narcissistic or narcissist. And then you have jealousy. Let me get 3 more. You have pretty, and it came out crossing. Give me 2 more. You have kind-hearted. And we're going to go back and clarify this. all of these cards for those of you who are new here. Give me one more. You gave me two. I will take them. You have unprotected sex. But when it is not in the upright or the down below, it is a mix of both depending on the mood. And then you have curious in the reverse. So from what I can see here, I might as well get one more just to fill in that gap there. Let me get one more, please. And then you have lazy. At the bottom of the deck, you have shy. So from what I can see here, we are dealing with a narcissist who is handsome, who doesn't have any shame, who is arrogant, jealous of you, pretty, coming out, sideways, means that you are indeed pretty. You just may not think so. You may be feeling kind of come see, come saw about it. You may be feeling a little insecure at this time. You're definitely kind-hearted, and somebody is having unprotected sex or protected sex, depending on the mood, with somebody here. Somebody is not curious. So somebody is not curious. So since it's landing under narc, I'm going to assume that this narc is not curious about something in particular. So they have no worries or concerns when it comes to being curious about something in particular. And then we have lazy. So this narc is handsome, doesn't have any shame, is arrogant, jealous of you because you're pretty, but I feel as though you have some sort of insecurity surrounding that. So you may not think you're pretty, even though you are pretty, but I feel as though this narc would have had something to do with bringing down your self-esteem or the way that you see yourself. And again, this person may be having unprotected sex and or protected sex. This person does not want me to speak. This person may be having unprotected sex or protected sex, depending on the mood or the situation, and they are very much lazy, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify this with some tarot. Why is arrogant here? You have the sun, that's Leo energy. Let me see if I can get jumpers. Why is arrogant here? You have the Ten of Swords. Give me one more. And then you have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So the person that you're dealing with has a lot of confidence, okay? They're very stubborn, okay? And they betrayed you in some way. This person could have lied to you about something. This person could have cheated. But their arrogance brings them happiness. It brings them some sort of confidence, okay? This person also doesn't like to compromise. They may think, and with handsome being here, you could switch the roles as need be, depending on your specific situation. Handsome, pretty, whatever the case may be. But this person believes that their looks get them through most of life's problems. And this was no problem for you when you met them, as long as they didn't turn it inward on you. And what I mean by that is, as long as they didn't start to mistreat you because of their confidence and their looks, then it was really just something that was attractive. You want somebody with confidence, you know? You want somebody to acknowledge the fact that they look good. But again, this person started to get ahead of themselves and started to mistreat you, I feel, because of the way that they look and the way that they feel as though their looks influence certain people or situations. And this person may have even called it off with you a few times. You guys may have gone through breaking up and making up, breaking up and making up because of this person's conceitedness. This person may have made you feel as though you were replaceable, that they could find another one of you anywhere. And this person may have also been exhausting to deal with. It felt like you hit a dead end every time you tried to express some concerns that you had to this person. And they may have also ignored you in most of those concerns. They may have called you dramatic and or claim that you were always playing victim when your thoughts and concerns were indeed valid in regards to this person's behavior. Why is shame, excuse me, why is shame in the reverse here? I feel like this person had no shame in how they conducted themselves. They just, like, either, you know, for example, they could be rude to a waitress or, you know, just be braggadocious or loud in public. They didn't know how to really, they didn't really have any couth about them, any manners. They probably, had no shame in terms of how they spoke to people. They were probably very brash, very judgmental, very materialistic. So if somebody didn't look the part according to them, they would, think less of them. This person just overall, thought that their looks could excuse any rancid behavior that they displayed. And I feel like that was kind of a turn off to you. So here you have the World in reverse. You have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles here. So I feel as though with this being here that I feel as though this person wanted to be looked up to as somebody who was conventional, that conformed to the norms of society. They wanted to be seen as a person of tradition. So, a protector, a provider. They wanted to be somebody that people would go to for knowledge. And I feel as though whatever it is that they worked on, that it lacked quality, that this person wasn't really motivated in doing things the right way. So this person, had no shame in how they presented themselves to the world because they thought that their looks would again get them by. So they, did a shoddy rush job at work. When giving you gifts and things like that, they were mediocre, they were bad quality. This person, you constantly had to motivate them to do better, to seek out other opportunities. This person could have had a bad reputation as far as, people not wanting to invite them places or go anywhere with them. And it was embarrassing for you because, you were the type of person um, you were the classier partner. You were the more adult functioning partner where you knew how to act in certain social situations. And it feels like you couldn't bring this person out anywhere without having to constantly apologize for their behavior. Um, and that, this person, if you guys broke up multiple times, that this person did not want to end the relationship, although they were the ones to leave it constantly or break you two up. Um, and I feel like you always felt like there was a lack of closure, um, that you didn't get the answers that you were looking for, that you felt as though, you felt like you hadn't really achieved anything being with this person. And as a result, it left you feeling incomplete and empty on the inside. This person just constantly took from you in one way or another and to some degree held you back. And it seems as though it could have been an earth sign that you were dealing with. And it also seems as though this person heavily affected your money. So you may have been loaning them money, or just paying for things, um, because they never seem to offer or really want to do it of their own volition. So it feels as though, this person expected certain things out of you. Why is handsome here? You have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Give me more. And this came out in the crossing or in the reverse. So I'm going to take it in reverse even though it was crossing. Then you have the King of Cups. Give me more. Give me one more. And then you have the Two of Swords in reverse. So we all have feminine and masculine energy in us, okay? So this Queen of Wands could be viewed as one of two ways, considering it says She's demanding, vengeful, lacking confidence, jealous, selfish, temperamental, and bullying. And then we also have, with the King of Cups being reversed, overwhelmed, anxious, cold, repressed, withdrawn, manipulative, and selfish. And then with the Two of Swords, indecision, hesitancy, anxiety, no right choice, too much information, truth revealed. With the Queen of Wands being here, this could be this person's feminine side as well as their masculine side with the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So this person may have been acting, if it was a male, demanding, vengeful, selfish, temperamental. They may have bullied you. They may have been in their feminine energy, their negative feminine energy, and also tapping into their masculine energy where they were withdrawn, manipulative, and selfish. And or it could be looked at as this person, because they thought they were handsome or is handsome, was dealing with a Queen of Wands who was very demanding of them, very vengeful, because this King of Cups was still dealing with you. She lacked confidence. So obviously, compared to you, that's going to be a night and day contrast where you don't lack confidence. You're pretty, okay? And this Queen of Wands may have been jealous and wanted this King of Cups in reverse for herself. And she was very temperamental. So probably threatening to reach out to you if he didn't spend more time with you. And more than likely was trying to bully this King of Cups in reverse to choose her over you. And then, you know, that caused overwhelm for this King of Cups. This King of Cups was very anxious, got cold towards you because this person, this Queen of Wands, is essentially blackmailing this King of Cups. And as a result, this King of Cups became withdrawn from you, had to manipulate you in order to keep the anxious signs of overwhelm out of your rear view mirror. So this person, your person, may have, you know, started to manipulate you and act selfish. And also this person, your person, this King of Cups, is low vibrational. Okay. You could have been dealing with a Scorpio. So in terms of, let me see, it says sacral chakra here. So the sacral chakra deals with sexuality, relationships, joy, pleasure, emotions, and creativity. Okay, and this Queen of Wands would be operating out of her solar plexus, which is self-esteem, ego, power, strength, transformation. These two people were both very much low vibrational, and for a while it may have worked, them being together or messing around, but at some point in time, it became too much of a demand on this person that you are dealing with, and they started to abuse you as a result or neglect you as a result of trying to balance this Queen of Wands in her irrational state, and you as well, so you wouldn't catch on. Then you have the Two of Swords here: indecision, hesitancy, anxiety, no right choice, too much information, truth revealed. So this King of Cups may want to come to you and reveal the truth to you about this Queen of Wands, but they can't make a decision, and it's giving them anxiety. And the way that they feel, there's no right choice. If they tell you about the Queen of Wands, they lose you. If you know about the Queen of Wands, if they tell you about the Queen of Wands, they lose you. If they leave the Queen of Wands alone, then they're going to suffer the repercussions and lose you anyway. And then in turn, they're afraid that you would leave and they would lose both parties. They would lose you and this Queen of Wands. So they are struggling to make the correct decision, but not for your highest good, but for their own. Why is Narc here? You have Death, Scorpio energy. Why is Narc here? Spirit, that would have been entirely too much. Please keep it to one card. Thank you. You have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So the narcissist, which is your person, and then you have the Six of Swords. So the narc is, and I hate to even call your person the narc, but I'm just addressing the card. You are choosing to either move away from this person physically, mentally, or emotionally, or all three. You may even be separating. If you live together, you may even be separating your home. Okay? You may be getting your own apartment or staying with friends or family members, and or emotionally leaving the relationship. But this person made a bad investment. Your person made a bad investment. I feel like they took a lot of money from you. I feel as though you offered them many, many chances to not only stabilize themselves financially and stop making bad investments, but I feel as though you also let them know that, hey, you know, I'm the only one that's really giving to this relationship. I'd like some reciprocity. And, you know, you started to notice this person's deficiencies, that they were just lazy, okay? That they weren't willing to put in the work. They made you miss a lot of opportunities. Okay, they put you in a scarcity mindset. They were very stingy with you, and they didn't give to you in the way that you gave to them. And then you ended up, you know, putting an end to this. You started to transition. You started to let go and release, realizing that this person, who possibly could be a Scorpio or an earth sign, you started to realize that this person was never going to change. And so therefore you had to exit out of that situation with your sanity intact. I feel like this was the type of person to gaslight you if you ever caught on to any of their wrongdoings, or called them out on anything, that they would not take accountability for their actions. And they were quite happy with the arrangement that they had with you, where they felt as though they didn't have to put in any work, and that you would be okay with it as long as, you know, you had them as arm candy, so to speak. They really thought that you were, that you should be so lucky, in so many words, that they chose you, is what I'm hearing. Then you have, for jealousy, you have the Queen of Swords, you have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this person was very jealous of you. They were jealous that you were so open and secure financially, that you could give to other people. That you could spend whatever you wanted. They were very insecure and unstable financially. They always recklessly spend their own money, and then it became something that you had to absorb and compensate them for. And they were also very jealous that you were able, again, to provide them that stability. They did not like that. This person always put in low effort. You guys, I'm assuming, spent upwards of 7 years together for some of you. You experienced a lot of setbacks. You were very impatient, trying to, you know, see this whole entire thing through. It felt like there was going to be no reward in it for you. As much as you invested in this person, they still had lack of growth. They still left a lot of things unfinished. They procrastinated a lot, and you were just tired of it. So you ended up, you know, speaking to them and letting them know with clarity what you expected out of them. And you were honest, and you were giving them constructive criticism, which of course, as a narcissist, they did not take well. There were a lot of fights, a lot of arguments, a lot of things that you had to endure that were unfair. But you believed in being fair and giving a person a chance to grow and change. And they took advantage of that. why it's pretty here in the I'm sorry, collective my brain today. Why is pretty here not in reverse, but crossing. Why is pretty here crossing? You have the Lovers, Gemini energy. And I'm sorry if I didn't mention, but the Sun is Leo energy there. You have the Four of Cups in reverse. And then you have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So the Lovers is also a choice card. It was called the choice before it was ever called the Lovers card. Once upon a time. So this person was very, very volatile towards you, and I knew it. You are pretty. I knew it. I just knew it. You are pretty. But this person made it their point to try and tear you down, okay? Because with the Knight of Wands being here, it says arrogant, and how ironic that arrogant is the white card there. Arrogant, reckless, impatient, passive, volatile, lacking self-control, domineering. So this person went out of their way to try to break you down and make you feel insecure, okay? And once you got aware of this person's attempt to assassinate your character and kick you to a point of no return while you were down, after they siphoned you for most of your finances and your time and what you invested in them, you made the choice to leave this relationship. It was supposed to be balanced. It was supposed to be something that was beneficial for the both of you, but it only benefited this person that you were with. Okay. And I also feel as though this person, you know, with the King of Wands in reverse, this person was also impatient where the Seven of Pentacles were. They were trying to get you for everything they could get you for before they left you for what they thought was better. And they were very impatient. It was taking a lot of time. It was taking a lot of time for them. They were impatient, waiting, because you see here it says impatient. And then here you see it says impatient. They were impatient with how much they were getting out of this investment. They wanted more, but they wanted more quickly. So if they stayed with you for any length of time, upwards of years, there was a big, there was some sort of big plan that they had to make, like a big getaway with everything on their back kind of thing. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like if you ever seen the Grinch in I don't know, in the Jim Carrey version or in the cartoon version, depending on how old you are, you see how he's grabbing everything and throwing it in the sack and trying to make one big haul on that little sleigh up Mount Crumpet to try to, like, you know what I mean? He's trying to get away with as much as possible and stuff it all into his getaway sleigh. I feel as though this person was trying to get like some sort of big payoff from you. So like, I don't know, maybe unlimited access to your bank account, trap you in some sort of marriage, something that you could not get out of, to where you would be constantly indebted to give them something, rightfully so. Because when you're married, you share a lot of things, and if you get divorced, a lot of things get split down the middle. And or if you end up having a child with this person, they constantly have access to you for life. So I feel like this person was impatient for the big payoff in their mind, whatever that may have been. For kind-hearted, you have the Magician, which you know is my favorite card in the tarot deck. And then you have the Seven of Wands in reverse, and you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So you had a lot of you were able to manifest and create. You had the ability to do anything. You have a whole bunch of skills at your at the ready for you. Um, and you also have a lot of willpower to get things done. You have very big dreams for yourself and a lot of things that you want to get done. Um, and at times it felt like you wanted to give up. um this person beat you down so much that they made you lose a lot of the belief that you previously had about your dreams and being able to succeed in those dreams. That person beat you down so bad, emotionally and mentally and possibly even physically, to make you feel as though you should just surrender, you should just give up and stop fighting for what you believed in, for what you wanted for yourself. And this was because with the Six of Pentacles and in reverse, this person drained you of your resources, and they abused your generosity. What you were giving to them, they were giving out to other people, trying to claim it as their own success that it was coming from. And again, that was in an attempt to control you. That was some sort of power dynamic that they were trying to assert, okay, where they're at the top, you're at the bottom. You're just giving, and you're not asking, why isn't it replenished? Why isn't it given back? Why isn't it reciprocated? And where is it going? This person more than likely was behind on their bills, had credit card debt, or any number of things that would indicate that they were not financially stable or safe to invest in. And anytime this person did do anything for you, it was with strings attached. Okay, they pretty much extorted you in so many ways. But again, I'm seeing a lot of green out here, so this person was really tied to your money and trying to extract as much of it out of you because they knew you were a kind-hearted person who gave out of the kindness of your heart. And while you didn't expect anything back, you do need, in order for a relationship to work, equal give and take. And this person was take, and you were give. Why is unprotected? Why is mix of both depending on the mood here for unprotected sex? Give me one more. No, give me two more. Thank you. So you have the Four of Swords in reverse, you have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and then you have the Ten of Wands. Burden, responsibility, duty, stress, obligation, burnout, and struggles. So this person felt as though that your relationship was a burden, that, you know, it burnt them out to try to keep on this fake mask of, you know, duty and responsibility and taking care of you and doing what they're supposed to do, which is protect and provide, okay? And it seems to me as though, you know, this person would guilt you into sex at times. I feel as though after you started to get turned off from them, that you wanted to use protection, and that this person would try to convince you to have unprotected sex with them. And I feel as though even when you were trying to rest, this person would wake you up to try to fulfill their needs while you were trying to recover and, you know, trying to essentially decompress from the stress of the relationship. You were trying to get your rest. You were trying to, you know, gain some kind of clarity. I feel as though you even wanted to go into hermit mode, and this person just would not, you know, let you, would not let you do whatever it was that you needed to do to bring yourself back into balance. This person would probably even try to shame you. And you more than likely didn't reach out to people, friends or family or otherwise, to talk about this because it was something that this person made you feel ashamed about, and or try to make you feel guilty about if you tried to reach out to other people to, you know, get help for what you felt was, you know, mentally breaking you down. Because you wanted to re-enter the world. You wanted to heal, you wanted to recover, you wanted to come up for air. Like, I feel like this person was very clingy, very much, where are you going? I'm coming with you. Like, this person was very much on your bottom about staying up under you. Like, you felt like you couldn't be a normal, regular person without this person trying to either keep you in the house all the time or go with you and have you like a dog on a leash. That made you restless, but it also made you isolate yourself. You got tired of fighting it. For curious in reverse, you have the Five of Wands in reverse, which is end of, that was too much, Spirit. I'm not taking all of that. So I'll take the Hanged Man, and I'll take this card here, which is the Three of Wands in reverse. So as far as being curious, it says sacrifice, waiting, uncertainty, lack of direction, perspective, and contemplation. So somebody was this, I feel like this was your energy. You weren't curious because you wanted to end the conflict. You wanted to cooperate. You just wanted to say anything to get this person to give you harmony and peace in the relationship. You were trying to avoid conflict. And therefore, you were kind of trying to look at everything in a different perspective to figure out what could you do to repair or fix the situation. You felt like, you didn't really have a direction that you could really lean in to fix it. And so you just kept sacrificing. You kept waiting on this person to wake up and recognize that the way that they were treating you was, very inhumane. And once you started looking at it from a different perspective, you realized that you had a lot of restrictions and limitations on you due to being with this person. And that because of that, there was lack of progress. There was obstacles in your way. It always seemed like there was delays. You were constantly frustrated. This person was holding you back. And I feel like you started to feel at some point in time that it was on purpose. So this person seemed to have it together on the outside with their looks, but realistically, they were a financial leech. They were selfish. They were abusive. And yeah. Why is lazy here? You have the Fool, Aries energy. You have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Give me one more. I said one more. And you have the Star, Aquarius energy. So this person is expecting to have some sort of new beginning with you. Okay, they want to start the whole cycle all over again. If you have not left them, they're going to continue to be reckless in their approach to life. They're going to continue to be rude, tactless, forceful, bullying, aggressive, vicious, and ruthless and arrogant. And they know that with you, you're a healing person. Like, you bring hope and inspiration to their very small, closed off, very me-centered world. And that when they're with you, they can accomplish much more because you're not only a beautiful person inside, but you're a beautiful person outside, and you draw a crowd wherever you go. So even though they think they can get by on these superficial looks, people really don't like them because they are nasty individuals. So they may look good, but this is the type of person that people do not like because they can just sense that this person is rotten. Like, they're just rotten to the core. So this person needs you, and because they know that you have a kind heart and that you're very forgiving, they're counting on that in order for you to be able to start something with them again, this new love bombing stage where you look at them the way that you used to, you give to them the way that you used to. But if they cannot persuade you with this love bombing, with this, with this facade, with this mask, in hopes that you forget what you've seen so far and who they really are, then they are going to start acting ruthless, vicious, and rude towards you, and they are going to bully you and act aggressive in order to get what they want from you. Why? Because they are lazy and they can't do it by themselves, and they can't do it without you, collective. Okay, just give me 1 second. I need to close the door. I know you can hear my daughter in the back. So yeah, you are the key to their success, and they know it, and they are going to fight like hell, if not straight dominate and intimidate you into doing whatever it is that they have intentions on how can I say it? They're going to try to bully you into submission, into doing what they want you to do for their highest good. But they're going to try to flip it around and make it seem like this is something that benefits you both, and because they love you so much. But I see so much green out here, which lets me know that they're only in it for your pentacles, and they're only in it because, again, you are a person that people generally, want to be around. Good things just happen to you. You're really a ball of light to people. You're very social. You do these things with ease. You don't need to fake or pretend to be anybody else but yourself, and it attracts so much abundance and so much good to you, and this person hates that because they figured that their looks would be able to bring them the same amount of luck, the same amount of popularity, and it doesn't. So they hate you for possessing that quality, and they're also trying to siphon it and suck it out of you. And that is a dangerous kind of person to be around, to date, to entertain. And this person is willing to lie and manipulate to get what they want. So if you have left this person will go through the lengths of, oh, I left my sweater at your house. Can I get it back? Can you meet me at? No, collective. Don't even do it. This person may, be trying to get you outside of your comfort zone, trying to break down your boundaries, trying to cross your boundaries to either do mental, physical, or emotional harm to you, okay, for leaving them or cutting them off of your resources or whatever the case may be. Spirit wants you to use discernment where that is concerned, okay, for your safety. There's so much better out there for you without being attached to this person, handsome or not, because looks aren't everything. And at the bottom of the deck, I didn't even notice. Look at that. Two of Cups. You have somebody new coming your way anyway, and they're going to it's going to be a unity, a partnership. There's going to be attraction in that connection, close bonds. You're going to be joining forces with someone who has mutual respect for you. They're going to reciprocate your level of dedication to the relationship, your level of love. So please, collective, don't think that you're missing out on anything here. You have someone new on the way, okay? Spirit is letting you know it's right around the corner. All you have to do is just walk away and let the universe do its job in repairing you from this previous damage that this person inflicted on you to make way for the new. Okay? And this person at the bottom of the first deck is going to be shy, collective. Okay? So look out for anybody at work or in your area, in your whatever area that you frequent. Look for the shy guy or the shy girl that seems to want to talk to you a lot or be around you or crack jokes. This may be the person that, Spirit wants you to be with in the long run, that is going to give you all the reciprocity, love, and equal give and take that you deserve. Okay? That was your reading. I hope it resonated with you. Please hit the like, share, or subscribe button on the way out. If you didn't on the way in, please do remember, as above, so below. And I do wish you nothing but abundance and blessings, collective. Namaste.